Let me ask you something. What if I told you that just a few minutes of silence, a simple prayer, or even focusing on your breath could actually change your life for good? Not just calm you down for a moment, but literally shift the way you think, feel, and live every single day. I know it sounds almost too good to be true, but science has been peeking into the brain during prayer and meditation, and what researchers are finding, it's nothing short of remarkable. This isn't just about religion. It's about biology, psychology, and the deep mystery of how the human spirit and the human brain are connected. Back in the 1990s, neuroscientists at the University of Pennsylvania started scanning the brains of people during deep prayer. What they saw was astonishing. The frontal lobes, the part of the brain that helps us focus and plan, lit up like a Christmas tree. Meanwhile, the parietal lobes, which normally tell us where we are in space, grew quiet. That's the region that makes us feel separate from the world. And when it calms down, people report feeling connected to God, to nature, to each other. In other words, prayer and meditation weren't just beliefs or feelings. They were shaping the very fabric of the brain. Now, let's talk about stress. You and I both know what it feels like. The tight chest, the racing thoughts, the sleepless nights. Cortisol, the body's main stress hormone, floods our system, and over time it wrecks our health. High blood pressure, heart disease, anxiety, depression, you name it. But here's the kicker. A Harvard study found that just 8 weeks of meditation reduced cortisol levels by up to 30%. Imagine cutting almost a third of your stress response, without pills, without side effects, just by being still. And it doesn't stop there. Regular prayer and meditation have been linked to stronger immune systems, lower risk of stroke, and even slower aging at the cellular level. One study out of UCLA showed that long-term meditators had brains that looked 7 years younger than people the same age who didn't meditate. 7 years younger. That's not a small difference. Let me tell you about a friend of the family named Marlene. She's a grandmother who lost her husband of 40 years. The grief nearly swallowed her whole. She couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, and felt like life had no meaning. A friend gently suggested she try meditation, just 5 minutes a day. At first she thought, this won't help me. I need my husband, not some breathing exercise. But slowly, something shifted. She started to notice her thoughts instead of being drowned by them. She said prayer became less about asking God for things and more about simply being with God. Months later, she told me, I still miss him every day, but I can breathe again. I can feel joy again. Meditation didn't take away my grief, but it gave me space to live alongside it. That's not just mental health, that's healing. Another powerful story comes from veterans battling PTSD. In one clinical trial, vets who practiced meditation for 12 weeks reported 50% fewer symptoms of nightmares and flashbacks. Brain scans showed the amygdala, the fight-or-flight center, was calming down. One veteran said, I didn't believe in this stuff, but for the first time in years, I woke up without fear gripping my chest. Now tell me, how do you measure hope like that? That's not just science, that's the human spirit finding its way back to peace. And here's something beautiful. Whether you're Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, or don't consider yourself religious at all, the effects on the brain look strikingly similar. Prayer, meditation, mindfulness, they all light up pathways of compassion, gratitude, and peace. It's as if the brain was built with this capacity, like a muscle waiting to be trained. A muscle that strengthens with every prayer whispered, every breath noticed, every moment of stillness embraced. Now I know what you might be thinking. That sounds great, but I don't have an hour to sit on a cushion. Fair. But here's the thing. Even 10 minutes a day makes a difference. 10 minutes of silence, reflection, or prayer can reset your nervous system, boost your mood, and give your mind clarity. Think about it. How many times a day do we scroll for 10 minutes on our phones? What if, just once, we replace that with a moment of quiet? What would change in our lives, in our families, in our health? We live in a world that never stops talking. Notifications, emails, breaking news, it's endless. No wonder our brains feel exhausted. But prayer and meditation, they're not an escape. They're an anchor, a way of saying, I am more than my stress. I am more than my fear. I am more than the noise around me. And that is freedom. So here's the truth. Your brain is not broken. Your mind is not stuck. Every prayer, every breath, every quiet moment is literally rewiring you toward peace, resilience, and hope. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for life to calm down. Start today with one breath, one prayer, one moment of stillness. Because your brain is listening, your heart is waiting, and the healing you've been searching for might just begin in the silence. Take the time. Your future self will thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Our mission is to inspire and empower you, to help you rise above worry, strengthen your mind, discover inner peace, and step into true freedom. If this video has encouraged you, please consider giving it a like, subscribing, and turning on the notification bell. Your support not only helps this channel grow, but also allows these messages to reach others who may need them most. Together, we're building a community of hope and strength. Until next time, take care.